Okay, guys. Well, we are going to have a great webinar tonight. We are going to be talking about Facebook, and I know many of you have been asking me, when are we going to start another webinar about Facebook? Well, Facebook has made some changes in the last 60 days. There is actually a brand new one that's called the Graph Search, but not everybody has it. That's why I'm not going to cover it tonight also, although it has some bugs that I don't like yet. It's why I'm going to just go through the general Facebook. Some of the ways to how you can get people really fast. As a matter of fact, that's what we are going to be talking today, and it's going to be a live demo on how to do it. In other words, you are going to see how I'm going to be doing it in live. I mean, this is not going to be a slide presentation or anything like that. Now, I'm going to have a couple of slides, but mostly you're going to be seeing how this works. And this is really important, guys. By the way, welcome to all the new people. I noticed that there are really several new people coming aboard that they just joined in the last week in Isogenics. Um, well, I cannot say all the names because there are probably many, and some of them I cannot even pronounce. Sorry. But anyway, guys, I'm really excited about this. Now, something I was going to tell you, and you probably heard, for those of you that have been in network marketing for a while, you always heard that the best people to approach are the warm market or hot market, people that you know very well, relatives, etc. But many times we think that we don't know enough people. And one of the powerful things about Facebook today, that you can expand that warm market, and actually you can find people that you think they disappear. This is one of the amazing things about Facebook, that you can do things, you can find people that you forgot about them, people that went to school with you. I mean, it's amazing the thing that you can do today. Now, but before I started, there's a warning, big warning. Okay, and you know warnings. When you see a warning, you better stop doing what you're doing. And the warning is before you ask for contacts, you ask too many that not answer, do not answer. It's supposed to be a do not answer. Your account may be frozen, and you don't want that. If you don't follow what I say, you have the risk to have a suspended account. And I've seen a few people that they get so excited talking to everybody, asking too many people, and suddenly their account is frozen. And there are a couple of things that you can do to avoid that. And by the way, the most common reason people are frozen their accounts is because they ask a lot of people to be their friends, and they keep accumulating, or they're asking too many per day, and you don't do that. You don't ask more than 10, 15 per day. It used to be 25. But the second part is that every time you ask somebody to be your friend, that accumulates. And when you pass certain threshold, that I'm not sure which one it is. It seems that it's like about 200 asks. Then your account is frozen until you get rid of them. But most people don't know how to get rid of those, get rid of the people that you are asking. They don't know that, and really Facebook make it harder. And I don't know why. They could have something really simple. However, I found some of you probably have seen me already. I found a really cool application that is within Facebook where actually you can actually have find out, protect yourself about this. And let me show you how. But anyway, the cool protection is called pending friends request. And some of you, again, that you have seen me already before, you have seen this tool before, pending friends request. And I'm going to show you live how it works. Hold on just a second. Let's go back. Guys, I'm in a conference call. Stop streaming. Hello, can you hear me? For a second, I couldn't, I was frozen. But anyway, let me show you how you can find this. It's really cool. Alex, are you there?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
We can see the screen.
Okay, perfect. It's pending, again, pending friend request. You can see it here, the pending friend request. You see, oh, it's moving around. Okay, when you go to Facebook, you are going to look for your search, and let me use the highlighter because this is way easier. Okay, okay. Then when we are going to use this, the search. You see here, the search. Okay, what you're going to do, you're just going to write there, for example, pending. Oh, excuse me, pending friends request. You see it came down there. Pending friend request. Okay? But I'm going to write the whole thing, and there's a reason. Request. And what happened, then you want to go to the application. You see? You click there, pending friends request, and it's going to take a little while. Now, the one that I'm going to see looks different from the one that you're going to see. But this is what is going to appear, okay? It's going to appear something like that. And then every time you request a friend, you make sure that you copy their address here. And let me show you how. Let's suppose, let me go again to Facebook. I'm going to open another page because I don't want to get away from that. And let's suppose that you're looking, I'm going to put Alex Cooking here to have an example, although, oh, Alex Briseño, right here. I think she's my friend. But anyway, the way that you copy the address, you know this that's in the top, right here? You copy that. You copy it, and then you go to application, and then you enter here. Every time you add a pending friend, you click here, and then you click, you enter the address here, as you saw it, and then you're going to click here. Really simple. And then what happened, that every time you do that, then you see here where it says pending friends, pending request, the ones that don't answer, and if after 2 weeks nobody answers, that person doesn't answer, I just erase it. I don't have anybody right now because everybody I answer, but because I usually ask people that I have been conversing with, and that's the easiest way to make sure that they respond. But sometimes they don't, and then if they are there for a while, then what you do is just click next to this, say delete the request, and you delete. But it's really simple. But make sure you use this. Again, every time that you ask for somebody request, make sure you open 2 windows. You see, I have this one and I have this one. Okay, copy the address of the person that you asked to be their friend, and then you copy it here, and then click. You copy it here, and then you click here. That's it. I hope it's clear. Alex, I don't know. I think Tracy is also on the phone. Tracy, is clear so far?
So far.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. By the way, Tracy is a 4-star Golden Circle. He is on the call too. And Alex is for those of you that don't know, he's a 5-star Golden Circle. But anyway, thank you for being in the call, Tracy. Okay, it's really simple. Now, if you feel that you've been asking people and you have never done this before, you have never used this tool, but if you have followed me for a while, if you are not using it, it's your fault because I told you this about 6 months ago. But if for some reason you have not been using it, or this is the first time that you see this webinar, what you do, you click here, bulk load. Now, the only thing is that takes forever when you're clicking here, and the bulk load, what does is it's going to try to find everybody that you have asked to be a friend. Now, it's going to skip people that have a lot of privacy stuff and their personal profile, but people that don't have a lot of privacy, or they don't have any privacy at all set up, then you are going to see the name popping up in a list. Now, it depends on how many people you have asked. It's going to take a while. It can take between 5 minutes all the way to 20 minutes, and give you a whole list of all the people that you have asked to be your friend, and the ones that are again 2 weeks or older, start erasing all of them. Now, you feel that some of them is because they've probably been out of vacation for a long time, still erase all of them, and then just ask again the ones that you feel. But again, click here and bulk load. Okay, very important, right here. And then it's going to come a list of all the ones that you have requested without using this application. The only thing, again, is that you're going to miss people that you ask that probably have some privacy settings on their profile. That's why it's better, easier when you write the name here or their address as soon as you ask the person, because then you're going to have everybody that you ask right there. Really simple. By the way, you may probably is asking, well, okay, this is pending request. What is this? Well, these are people that I probably friended in the last 2 months. These are people that Facebook has suggested me to be their friends, And the request, these are people that are actually requesting to be my friend. That's 986. That's cool. By the way, it's going to be a time that's going to happen to you. But for now, don't worry about that. Again, this is the most important part. Again, I'm going to put it in another color here. You enter here, and then you click here. That's it. And again, if you feel that you ask a lot of people or your account is frozen, click here, and then you start erasing names. That's it. I hope it's really clear. This is going to be recorded in case you want to see it again. Very simple. But this is a protection for you guys. It's a big protection to avoid suddenly having so many requests and then your account is frozen. All right? Okay, let's go to the next step. Okay. Now, we are going to go now on how to find people that you know, like friends, family, classmates, people you have done business with, people that have been in the same business or working with you, etc. It's really, really simple. And then we are going to do a global search that is like a memory jogger. But first, I'm going to show you this. And this is really cool because something I was surprised when I graduated from high school, and before I finish, Tracy, how many people, when you graduated from high school, were in your class, when you graduated in your year, how many people graduated with you?
Well, probably 300.
300 people. Wow. Okay, guys, those are 300 prospects. That's interesting because even if they don't remember you well, the fact that you graduated at the same time, those are 300 prospects. And by the way, you can find people from a year later and a year before, 2 years later and 2 years before, and you can have over 1,000 people. And we are talking only about high school, not even college. It's why when people said, I run out of people to talk to, whoa. But anyway, let's go live right now to show you how you can take advantage of that. I'm going to use schools because the first one that I use. Okay, let's go here. Now, many times, when you're finding people that went to school with you, if it's a really common name, whoa, sometimes they come so many pictures and you don't know who the person is. If you lost contact with the person, you don't know if the person is even living in the same town when you graduated. I'm going to use a common name from a person that I know, but it's not my friend, but I know that was graduated in certain high school. And I'm going to put a number that's kind of common. Okay, Carlos Ramirez. This is common in Spanish, that's why I did it. Now, that sounds good, but I say, whoa, there are several Carlos Ramirez, and I didn't recognize the pictures of anybody. I don't think it's in Mexico, but the thing is that even if I click here, in that little thing, there's going to come a lot of people. But you want to be more specific. I just have comma, and I'm going to say I used to live in Cape Coral in between 1982 and 1994. Okay, I'm going to say Cape Coral, Florida. Cape Coral High School. That would be Cape Coral High School. Remember, we are looking for schools here. Oh, there it is. Suddenly, I found Carlos Ramirez. You see, he's not even my friend here. As you see, he's not even my friend. I have to add as a friend. But you see, I found him, and then to make sure that's him, because again, we had the picture of a little kid. You see? Oops. We don't know if it's for sure the same person. I know it's the same person because, by the way, those two girls that are there, are my daughters. They went to that same high school. That's why I was doing it on purpose. But you see, the guy doesn't even live in Cape Coral. But then you click here on About, and then you're going to find out if it's the same high school. And here is high school. Ta-da! Really cool, huh? That's a way to find the people in anything. You can find, if you want to find somebody that went to college with you, the same thing. You can put it here. I'm going to use the same name, although we already find him. But if you happen to go with this guy to the university, what universities that he said went? University of Florida. The same thing. Oops. Okay, as you see, I am a. law of Florida. And then you see there are several of them here. Probably you would have a little problem because there are 5 of them. However, you are narrowing the where the person the person who is plus most of them have pictures. You can narrow it to 1 or 2 people, and you can say like a friend of mine that found me. He said, "Are you George Reeves from that used to live in Florida?" And that's the way that a friend found me at one time. He used to live in Cape Coral, Florida. But you see, this is really simple. Alex or Tracy, do you have a comment about this? How easy to find classmates?
Yeah, actually, it's. Oh, go ahead, Tracy.
No, you go ahead, Alex.
Well, yeah, one of the things I was going to say is, it's especially great if you have moved around as much as people do move in the US. And as a matter of fact, I have many friends from Venezuela who I had no idea are actually now living in the States. And you can actually narrow it all down. Just put in the last town that you knew they were in. You can put the schools, colleges. You can even put people that were working at like, for example, as an architect, I worked in a very large firm that had branches all over the US. You can put that information in there, and it will work out well. And I know for if like my wife Marlena, she was looking for people that she went to school with, and the names really, it's the maiden names, and sometimes those don't appear in Facebook. So if you put in the first name, the original maiden name maybe, and the school that they graduated, and you can even add a year to that, that would make a big difference in finding the right person.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing that you can, and that's why. And if you have know the place where the person lives, the same thing. You are at the name of, in this case, I'm going to use the same name, Ramirez, and then you put in this case. I don't remember. He said Tampa, Florida. I think Tampa, Florida, or whatever. But anyway, Tampa, Florida, and all the ones that are in Tampa, or the city that used to live, they are going to appear there. This is the cool thing. Again, you can find anybody. For those of you that say, "Oh, I don't have enough work market," that's a good way to start beefing up that list. Everybody went to high school, every person that worked with you, because you can do it even by jobs. Because when a person lists a job, for example, I don't think he lists the jobs here, but most people list the job where they went to work, and you can do the same thing. You can also put the person, the job that they have, or the career that they have, or the place, like Alex is saying, if they live in Florida or they live in Massachusetts, in Boston, Massachusetts, you're right, Boston, Massachusetts. I mean, this is really, really cool to find people that you know. Now, the same you can do with people that you don't know, although tonight we are not going to go deeper on that, but let's suppose that you find out that a company, Fortune High Tech, that for those of you that have been connected with me, they know that this company was closed down by the government, Fortune High Tech. I think it's Fortune High Tech. Okay, I think that's the way to spell it. Okay. Now, you see, there is a list here. I don't go for this list in this case. When I want to go for a company or for distributor that are in that company, I just click here in the magnifier. You see the magnifier here? Okay. By the way, Alex, when I write with the red or blue pen, you can see it?
Yes. I'm colorblind, but I trust you, it's red.
Okay. All right. Let me put in another color to see if you can see it.
Yeah, same color.
Well, you click in that magnifier, and then you see it's a huge list. You can look for people that were in that company. How do you know if people or pages or etc.? You see this column here? You can choose, for example, people. And then these people, obviously, they were in some way connected with Fortune High Page. But if you want to find a page or a group, and the reason a group is cool, is because, oh, I'm going to join this one. Now you know why, Alex. For those of you who speak Spanish, probably you already know why I would join that one. There are 18 people that don't have a company right now.
Too late, George. I already joined.
Oh, you did? Okay, you beat me. But it's cool. I mean, you can, and I'm not going to go in details on this one because today is mostly going to people that you know. But anyway, guys, again, this search is so powerful now. When the graph search, the new graph search that Facebook introduced is out, probably it's going to be even more powerful. Let me see if I can show you what the graph search is. Oh, I don't have it here. Oh, yeah. You see here, they have, you have features and you're one of the guys on the test of the graphic search. Turn on the graphic search, search. The reason I have not done it yet is because there are some bugs that were told to me by my coach, and I don't want to turn around until those bugs are clear. But it's, as soon as those bugs are clear, it's going to be a really cool tool. But anyway, guys, as you see, it's really, really simple. Really simple to find people here. I don't know if anybody has a question so far, because before I continue, or Tracy, you have a comment too.
Yeah, I was just on the phone with a distributor this morning who, you know, is looking for leads, and she happens to be retirement age, and I just is going to retirement, and there are so many possibilities. Retired postal workers, retired whoever, and she can find people of her own age, so when she gets on the phone with them, they connect, and Encore Careers is the perfect video for that. And it's just, it don't matter if you're retired, if you're a dog lover, if you're a horse lover, if you're a, you know, any of these groups have people, and you can search the people, you can see what kind of a person it is, and you're getting some quality people into your pipeline.
Yes, and what you say is so powerful, guys. I don't know if all of you catch that. People, you can talk to people that have some kind of affinity with you. It's called affinity marketing or niche marketing. It's one of the most powerful ways to connect on Facebook. Now, for those of you that have been in network marketing for a while, one of the things that I always teach is to join groups in your city and breakfast groups or networking groups. The cool thing about Facebook that you can have tons of groups. And let's suppose retire people. You can put retire, just retire, and again you click on that little thing. Okay, and no, don't go into the list here. Remember the magnifier. I have to repeat it 100 times. Look for groups, and then just look for different groups that you want to join that have retired people. Retire young early, retire, etc. And there are more results. There are tons of groups, and you see here they tell you how many people are. You can get into those groups and then start conversing with people, just regular conversation. You're not going to go say, hey, you want to join, excuse me, just like you're talking to anybody next to you. And then if you use the scripts, you can get to a point where a person, you can ask, have you thought in having an extra income or in starting a home business? And if they say yes, then you have those videos like retire with an anchor income. This is in the case of retire. Yeah. If you are a nurse, the same thing. You click nurse, and again, you click here. Look here. Remember here, here. Okay.
Yeah, and George,
you want to, yeah, go ahead.
You just mentioned the scripts. Why don't you show for the new people that are here, because we have a lot of new people on tonight, show them where those scripts that you're referring to are.
How to get going. You see, I enter how to get going here. This is the address, howtogetgoing.com. And then, oh, I don't know if you changed the scripts where they were before,
no,
by the way.
They're same place, same place.
Okay, you go all the way to the bottom. And for those of you that are learning English, the bottom is at the end. Just joking. And then here is George's scripts. And we are going to be adding some more scripts. Here, there are some scripts that you can use when you're on Facebook. And then you click there, and there are different scripts when you're asking people to be your friends, etc. You see? Here, you're going to see different kind of scripts. When you ask for friends, when you ask to be their friend, people who are in network marketing now, follow-up script, dream scripts, asking friends health, asking friends business. And by the way, when I say asking friends health and asking health business, those are ideal to people that you know already and in one way or another one that you've been adding. This is a great part for friends and family, the great script. But anyway, okay, I hope it is that now you already know where the scripts are. Let me go back here. Okay, again, nurses. Here there's a good one. If anybody is a nurse on the telephone or has been a nurse, you don't have to be active. I like this one. Nurse entrepreneur. I would join that one if I had been a nurse or something like that. You never know. I love the name. I never seen that group, and there are 2,000 members. Whoa, that's cool. Probably you are taking notes already. Now you can do it by something that a hobby. What is the most popular hobby do you think, or sports that has the biggest page here? I know it's golf, probably. Yep, there are the group. These are the groups. Now, the reason I choose groups is because in groups you can have conversations with people. Now, you can also find pages. You see pages here? Now, pages are open, but the only people that are usually allowed to post are the people that have the pages. In groups, everybody posts. But in pages, only the person that are allowed. And let me click to see if that's the case in golf. I click in pages, and let's see. As you see, I have liked it. Whoop. Okay, the reason I have liked it here is because I belong to this group. Look how many people there are. Can you read it, Alex? How many people are?
I don't know. It looks like a deficit to me.
6 million.
6 million. Wow.
Yeah, let me go there. I already like it there. And the reason are there, and you see, oh, I have friends that are in golf, and some of them are not in Isogenics. Interesting. Yeah, I know been in this page forever. Wow. But you see, you can connect with people and say, I know you love golf, I love golf. Well, what do you, and then after you're talking for a while, you know, as a golf player, I found out something that connect them to the business. For example, you can say, I found out that I can play more golf than ever, but I have more time. Why? Well, I create another income, and you want to know more. Or, gee, I have more focus doing playing golf than ever because I'm using this product. I mean, that's a great way to network. I hope, by the way, guys, your mind is open up. I hope. And you can do it with any sport. Gosh, I'm getting deeper than I wanted to go because at first I just wanted to go just with people that you know. But as you see, you can do it by affinity marketing. If you are a housewife, like a mom, look for mom places for anything. You can have mom here, mom groups. Click on the little magnifier again, and then you see you have pages here, or you have groups. Groups, remember, in groups you can interact with people. Oh, there is one that is Isomomies. That one is good if you are going to talk about isogenics, but not for prospecting, obviously. However, look at this one. Oh, I like this one. For moms, entrepreneurial extraordinary. Holy cow. Guys, can you see the potential? It's so cool. Now, let's go to the training a second because I want to go to the next slide. Find the people you know, global search memory jogger. This is one of the coolest things. The reason is because Facebook is going to act as a memory jogger. How can? Well, do you see this address here? Okay, I'm going to leave it a little for a second while you copy it. By the way, I wonder if Alex, you can actually can copy it on the, because I cannot do that on the chat part where the people can copy it.
Yes, I'll actually send that out to everyone.
Okay, it's facebook.com/invite that P like Peter, H like Honduras, P like Peter again. Now, this is so cool, and I'm going to show you how it works. Okay, I am going to copy it. Let me get out here because I cannot copy it here. Oops. Okay, I'm going to copy it. I'm going to show you how cool this is. This is like a memory jogger that we use for anything when we are getting the names of people. Well, Facebook is going to give you the same memory jogger. You see, I posted on the search bar right here. You see? I click enter. And oh, sorry, this is different. This is not the memory jogger. This is a different one. Okay, let me leave this one and don't, well, still save that one because you are going to use it. This is not the memory jogger. Let's see. Or you know what? For some reason, I don't have, Okay, guys, let me find it. Hold on just a second. Oh, by the way, if you can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can.
Okay, you probably cannot see me, but you can hear me. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, the reason is because I go in here in some place. I'm going to correct that because this is not the one for the memory jogger, but that one, copy it because still you're going to use that one. All right. Okay. Can you see me now again?
Yes.
All right. This is the right address. However, don't erase the one that you had before because you are going to use it. This is the memory jogger. You see? It's www.facebook.com/find-friends/browser. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for a little while. Well, Alex copy it also. You tell me, Alex, when it's ready.
There it is. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, that was fast. Okay. Now, let me show what you do with this. I'm going to copy it. And this is, again, it's like a memory jogger. It's really cool. It's one of the coolest tools in Facebook. I'm going to use it here, and then I go, well, let me open a new window. Okay. Again, I copy here on the address. I click, enter. Look at this. Oh, there is a picture there that's not the best, confusing. Anyway, let me tell you, these names that appear on the right side here, they are suggestions because these people are connected to you in some way. As you see on the left side appear, oops, current city, hometown, you see? Well, let me do this. Hometown, current city where you're living, schools where you have gone, some of the mutual friends. By the way, you can add more mutual friends. All the list that's going to show you on this side, they are not your friends. They are connected to you in some way, somewhere here. You see employer, it's again international, and then anything, any college that you enter here, then it's going to add names on this list. And all these people are people that are connected to you in one way to other ones. And you can start going through all of them and to see who you know. And I know a couple of them, some of them because I'm isogenes, and I just found one person, two people. Interesting. People that, some of them are isogenes, but there's a couple of people that I know, interesting. But they are connecting to you. Oh, there's another one there. And this is a way to find friends that you don't even remember that the names at the time, but you start going through all of them until you find several people. Now, the cool thing, for those of you that are new in Facebook, at first you are going to enter your relatives and friends that are very close to you. You're going to have a list here of probably 80% of the people that you come into this list. In my case, I have almost 5,000 friends. That's why many of them I don't have a clue who they are. But at first, when you are new in Facebook, or if you have very few friends, you're going to have tons of people in this list that you know, or they or probably went to school with you, but you know in one way or another one. This is a cool way to add more people. You see, the list is huge. I could keep going and going and going, and the list is going to get bigger when you add things on this column. Add cities where you have lived. I have only 2 cities here. I could have Cape Coral. I didn't, but I'm sure if I add Cape Coral, I'm going to add more people. If I add more mutual friends here, I can add more people, although I prefer cities where you have lived, colleges that you went to. I had not entered my college, schools, graduate schools, employers. I mean, all these, the list on this side is going to go even bigger. You see, for those of you that they say don't know anybody, whoa, this is a great way to find a lot of people. This is really cool. Now, any Tracy, I know Tracy and Alex, because you can talk on the you are connected. Can you see the power of this, Tracy? Well, Tracy, you were talking about the power of this. What do you think?
Well, it's huge because the world's a marketplace. You're never going to run out of people, and the most important thing. I know people that call leads or calling people, most of them are looking for something for nothing.
Right.
The percentages of finding a good person are so low. You get on here, you can see who they are. You can see what they, you know, it's just a whole different ballgame because you're finding people who probably have some ambition.
Yes, and the cool thing is when you click in somebody like this, you can find out more about the person for the things that the person posts in the story, because of who they are, that you can actually have better people. You can have better prospects. Plus, you are creating a relationship. A good lead. How much do you think, if you are buying leads, a good lead, how much it cost? Does it cost?
$5.
$5. And even that is not as good as if you create your own lead. And here you're creating your own leads. First of all, you're connecting with the people that you know, even or you met in the past, but also you can create new leads because you can search here on the search, and I'm going to go another webinar to go more specific. But by career, real estate, you can find people that are in real estate here, etc. I mean, it's so powerful, and I don't want to kind of get away with what I was talking about.
George,
it's powerful. Yeah.
One thing I want to mention is, you know, in the beginning when you started on Facebook, a lot of people thought, well, I'm just going to get on Facebook and make friends and make more friends and make more friends. It's no different than going out on the street collecting business cards. You can collect all the business cards in the world. If you never talk to those people, they're worthless. When you make friends on here, you have to get into a conversation following the scripts that are on how to get going and say, what do you do? And start telling them, go see this video. You have to go through the scripts with them, or it don't matter if you make 2,000 friends. If you never talk to them, it'll never help you with your business.
And the goal is to get that person eventually to the phone, because when you have it on the phone, it's almost game over, because then you can put people in three-way calls, etc. Of course, you're going to send videos, etc. But and for those of you that have watched the video with Lynn Hagedorn, she always said that, yeah, find the people on Facebook and then get them to the telephone. But guys, can you see? You can, if you happen to live in I don't know, in the East Coast, and you want to keep prospecting till late, find people that are awake. And where do you find them? Facebook. And one more thing before we close, because I'm sure there are going to be questions, is the other one that you copied before, this address. I'm going to copy here. This is really cool. How many of you, and you don't have to, of course, I imagine that you're going to say, how many of you have people that give you a business card or a telephone number, or you have a bunch of business cards? Tracy, do you have a bunch of business cards that you even forgot how you got them, but you have a lot of business cards?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I know it's bad that I don't know if Dwayne is in the call, but I could ask him. I mean, he's the king of getting business cards. He can get 20 business cards a day. Now, you want to get them to a conversation on Facebook? This is really simple. If you have the email address on the business card, you're going to enter the business card here. I mean, the business card, no, the email address, right here. You see, here you enter. You see that whatever is the address, and then you separate it with a comma. Don't do more than 10. But you see, and then the message is, hi, I got your business card, and I would like to connect with you on Facebook. Now, you can do it also with telephone numbers. You see, like it says here, telephone numbers. It's just that it's better with emails because there are some people that they never put the telephone number on Facebook. But Facebook has, I think about 60% of the people have telephone numbers. 100% of them had the email address, because you have to have the email address to register on Facebook. I don't know if it's because I registered on Facebook a few years ago. I don't know if now they're requiring the telephone. Probably they are now, but at the beginning was not a requirement. But again, if it's a requirement now in the last 2 years, probably you can put also the telephone number here. And again, hi, I got your business card, or I got your phone number, and then do that. Now, as when you request too many people, you don't want to have hundreds of requests that people don't answer. This is what you do. As a matter of fact, here, there's an explanation, and I'm going to show you from here because it's much easier. Okay, I'm going to click here. Okay, when you click there, there is something called invites and import contacts. Again, let me show you where I found that. You go down here where it says learn more, and this you do it again once a week because you don't want your account to be suspended for a day or 2 days, and sometimes up to longer than that. And if you do it too many times, you're in big trouble. You click there, and then you click here. And there's another way to get here, but this is the fastest because you're going to be using that page a lot. You click on invites and import contacts, and you see here, and on purpose I left some old ones, but you see I have people that I asked for invitation using emails, all these, they have no answer yet. And you see the date 2009. The reason I have sold was I don't do anymore because I have over 900 people asking to be my friend, and I have over almost 5,000. But you see, and then what you do, you click here, and when you click here, you can delete, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to delete all of them in case I have to do another example, but I click here, I delete here. Asking me, yeah. Now, the other thing that's cool, the people that you ask this way, then it show you here who are the ones that already joined and accept you. That's so cool. That's really cool.
Hey, George.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just a thought. One of the most important things that I can see happening for people with Facebook, everybody's afraid of getting a no, and it paralyzes people. When you're on Facebook, you have to remember the amount of leads are endless.
Yes.
So it don't matter how many no's you get, there's always more people out there that are looking for what we have. And so it opens up the door to where you're not so worried about each individual person you talk to. If you're talking to your friends, you're afraid, hey, this is my best friend. I want him in. I don't want to screw this up. On Facebook, totally different story because it's endless leads.
Okay, let me see how many people, in Facebook. All right, 2012, I think that's the last one. Okay, how many people on Facebook? Let's see, because I am curious now to see how many people there's coming here. But I bet, how many people do we need to be really successful in Isogenics? I don't remember.
2.
That we're personal sponsor?
2.
2.
Let's see, 2.
Facebook, let's see. Facebook has...
1.
Anybody can read?
Okay. Yeah, 1 billion.
1 billion monthly active users. 680 million are using the mobile applications. Wow. Tracy, do we have enough there?
I don't think you'll ever run out of people to talk to.
Wow. Yeah, I was curious because I have not seen this in a while. Huh. That's really, really cool. Guys, and that's basically what is today. I mean, the challenge for you is to start looking for new contacts tonight. It is fun and can be really, you can make a lot of money. In the following trainings, I will go deeper into making that list bigger. But even with what I told you today or tonight, that's enough to never, ever run out of people. I have not even mentioned other, there are only 2 that actually I recommend to do this. Is this one and LinkedIn. And LinkedIn, we will talk in another webinar about LinkedIn. But guys, you see why you can never run out of people. The reason I always start with Facebook is because we have more people in Facebook, and also it's easier to connect with them than in the other networks. Go ahead,
George. Richard Siena is making a great point here. Only 1/8 of the world's population happens to be on Facebook. So even if we run out of people here, we still have 7/8 of the world available.
1/8. Holy cow. We are really limited. By the way, we are only in 7 countries. Do you know that there is a way, and we are going to have a future webinar, how to expand international now using Facebook or social media in general? A good example is our friend and one of our team members, Roberto Perez. He found several leaders through social media, and that's the way that he started his group in Mexico of several thousand people. He didn't have to sponsor several thousand. He found them of social media, and he used social media very heavily. He's the king of social media in the Spanish market, I would say.
Absolutely, and he's great at YouTube and so on, and there's so many possibilities out there.
Yes, and you will learn more about all of those, but I tell you one thing, the main thing, even if you use only Facebook, is more than enough. If you want to play with other ones later, but you have to use Facebook because again, it's the easiest to connect. Yeah, you can get people through YouTube, etc. But to get into conversations, etc., it's way easier when using Facebook. I wonder if we have any questions because I know there are several people that are have never seen me. I see many names that have never been in some of my webinars on Facebook, and I'm sure some people had questions there.
Yeah, and actually, for the people that are joining us for the first time, all you have to do to enter a question is go and look at the top right of your screen, look at the GoToWebinar control panel, and in the questions box, it looks like a chat box. Just enter your question, and George will be able to answer it. And George, it looks like all we're getting is just comments on what a great webinar this has been. No
okay, I
questions.
have a text message here. I have a text message here. Okay, the text message asked me again. Oh shoot, I have to cancel this. It's asking me again if they are looking for people that. Let me get this out. Okay, if they're looking for people that, for example, that they're friends and family, etc. If you can look for people also that you have in the same profession, like I say, yes, you can, and you can find again moms, you can find real estate agents, you can find chiropractors, nurses, physical therapists, and if you have some kind of affinity with them, you can find people like you, moms. And the reason I say like you is because they are going to connect more. When I say moms, you can be anything. As an example, they connect with you because there is an affinity. There is a guy, one of the biggest networkers in history. His name is Mark Yarnell, and some of you probably watched the video that I sent a couple of weeks ago in the newsletter. Mark Yarnell, he loved to do parachuting, and he belonged to many parachuting clubs. And he sponsors tons of people that are in the parachuting industry because they have an affinity with him. And a lot of his people have come from that. The same, he used to be a preacher. A lot of people that are preachers or people that are ministers, also he sponsored a lot of them. Why? Because he was a minister. It's the same happen if you're in real. I sponsor several people in real estate because I used to be in real estate. I sponsor people in Spanish because I speak Spanish. I mean, you can sponsor a lot of people, and you can have affinity marketing with more than one people. People that go to the same church, people that go like the same sport, people that have the same profession. I mean, it's why just starting with affinity marketing, wow, you can connect with so many people that are retiring, people, etc. Now, something very important before I finish, and that's something that Alex and I and Tracy, we've been talking a lot about that. When you're Facebook, make sure, and I'm going to go to my page, you never see anything here. Oh, that's an interview that I have on TV. It's right there. Oh, it's in Spanish. For those of you who speak Spanish, you can see it. Somebody posted on my, but anyway, you never see me posting on my wall anything that's going to be controversial and it's going to limit your ability to reach almost everybody. If you start attacking other people, and sadly there are people that put on the Facebook face, what most people don't understand is when you attack somebody, no, you are not marginating only the one person or the people that know you. When you post something, if a person doesn't like it and goes away, you are cutting the door to tons of people, to thousands of people. I know some people start discussing a lot of different things, start attacking political ideas of somebody else or even religious ideas, etc., you are limiting your growth in Facebook in a big way. Now, not only people that oppose your ideas, but even the friends of the people, let's suppose that you have one of the friends connected to you, that person doesn't like it, and that person happens to have 1,000 friends, that person they cancel or stop being your friend, suddenly you are not canceling one person, you are canceling 1,000 possible friends. But not only that, even people that may agree sometimes with your position, but they don't like the aggressive way that you may be posting on the website, on Facebook, that can also make that person stop even being your friend too on Facebook, maybe in person, yeah, but because doesn't want his or her friends to see what you are doing. Guys, that's so important. What do you think about that, Tracy? Because we were talking about that just a few days ago.
Well, you know, it's always been said, you can be proud of your religion, you can be proud of your politics, but in business, there's no room for it. When you're trying to run a business, you want to be able to attract everyone, and you don't want to alienate people. And so it's just not something that you do on your Facebook if you're doing business, especially politics, because we live in a divided country. If you go on one side or another on your Facebook account, you just cut off half of the people on Facebook that will not talk to you, won't have anything to do with your business.
That's 500 million. Yeah, 500 million people.
Exactly. You know, and it's like Alex always says about websites, about all these things. Half the people will like it, half the people won't. And if you get really, you know, in a position where you are saying that it has to be this way or that way, you're alienating half the people every time you do that. So you want to be really neutral on Facebook. You can still have integrity and you can still all those things, but just don't have to advertise it. I don't have to talk about politics on Facebook. I have my views and I have my beliefs, but I don't have to advertise it on Facebook.
Yeah.
If I own a brick and mortar business, I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be advertising politics, religion. You're just going to cut off half your customers.
Yeah, especially when you become aggressive, because some people can say, "Oh, well, I do this." Okay, it's okay. But when you start being aggressive, putting other people down or saying things, that's where the biggest problems happen. Because there are people that I agree with the way that they think, but they are so aggressive in Facebook that I have to block some of them. And it's sad because I agree with some of the things that they said, but they are so aggressive that they don't want to how do you say, to separate people that I know to.
Alienate.
Yeah, I cannot even say. You don't have to speak English to do this business. Because they become so aggressive, and sometimes they are so passionate that a sad part is that some people, when they become passionate, they tend to exaggerate sometimes. And that's a bad advertising even for their friends that believe the same way. And it's why I believe that really not only you are separating from half of the people, actually more than that, because even people that think like you, they're going to say, okay, no, that crossed the line. I don't want to be his or her friend, and they cut you off too. It's why, guys, you have to be careful. As soon as you start writing something that start creating a lot of I would say argument and controversy, a lot too much, then you're in trouble. And especially when you try to push something. Gosh, you can get in trouble, and we don't want that. We don't want that to happen. Even in the business, you don't see me pushing the business. If you start pushing Isogenics on your Facebook, you're in trouble because people are going to cancel your friendship, and some of them maybe even tell Facebook that you're spamming them. You say in anything is an extreme, and we love Isogenics. As soon as I see somebody is too aggressive Isogenics, I usually try to send them a message. I used to. I don't do it anymore unless it's somebody I know, because some people insult me. Say, I can do whatever I want. This is a free country. I can put on Facebook whatever I want. And these things about Isogenics, so that's going to get you in trouble, and they get in trouble. It's why we have to be really careful what we do on Facebook. You don't want to sound disgusting to other people.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think I don't know if we have any questions before we
Great.
go, because we
No,
already have 10 minutes.
actually, and George, we actually don't have much time. We're already at the bottom of this hour, so we have gone way over.
Yep.
But again, I want to thank you. I want to thank Tracy and every single one of you that joined us, that took the time to spend tonight on this webinar with us. Want to thank you, invite you for next week, and just let you know that tomorrow evening we should have a recording of this webinar at the howtogetgoing.com website. And please make sure that you tell your team members to take a look at this webinar and all the other ones that we have on the archive. So good night, everyone. And George,
thank
do you have
guys.
any?
Well, the last one, it's a challenge, guys. Make sure that today and tomorrow you start connecting with people, start finding your friends, family, relatives, and start connecting with them using the scripts. And make sure when you start using the script, make sure that your goal is to get person to the telephone and get the information to them about Isagenix. And don't become pushy. Follow the instruction. You don't want to have your account frozen or suspended for a day, an hour, or whatever. Facebook is a powerful tool, but you have to use it right. You will learn more and more about Facebook, how to use it in the next few weeks. But what you learned today is so simple, because you find friends, you get in a regular conversation, use the scripts, you get them to the information, get on the telephone, and close them if they want to join. It's really simple what you learned today. Very, very simple and very powerful.
Great. Well, thank you very much, and good night, everyone.